If you're new here, we're Val and Wayne, two RVers who travel the country full-time in our Class A motorhome and search out adventure in all the places you would think adventure awaits. Mountains, beaches, deserts. But we have something we want to admit to you. We love the big cities too. So this week we find ourselves in St. Louis, Missouri. Why St. Louis? Well, the town boasts the incredible Gateway National Park, of course. It has St. Louis barbecue, of course. And there are all kinds of fun and quirky places to explore with, frankly, some of the best wildlife we've seen in a long time. So whether you are a St. Louis seasoned explorer or this is your first dive into the city, come along with us and fuel your road envy. Leaving Kansas today.
Bye, Kansas.
We are heading into Missouri. We had a really nice stay at a beautiful Corps of Engineer campground outside of Lawrence, Kansas. Beautiful rolling hills, big campsites, a lake, a boat ramp, playground, swim beach, and even disc golf. But there was one huge problem.
Yeah, that was the buggiest place we've ever stayed.
It was very, very buggy. We felt almost kind of confined to our rig because every time we opened the door, they'd flood in, and those little gnats, and and the cicadas were so loud. Not that I mind that so much, but wow, they were loud at night.
Yeah, it felt like you're in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
Anyway, moving on, we are staying in a Bass Pro Shops tonight, just an overnight boondock spot, just to get us forward. Our ultimate destination the day after tomorrow is, tomorrow, I'm sorry. We're staying tonight, and then tomorrow we are moving on to St. Louis.
St. Louis.
So we've driven by St. Louis, but never really spent any time there. So we are, of course, going to go to the Arch and do a couple other things. So here we go. Nothing glamorous tonight.
Bass Pro Shops is pretty glamorous.
Yeah.
You get to see the fish.
Yes, we do get to see the fish. Anyway, we will see you when we get there.
Here's a tip for you travelers who are looking for a place to stay that's quiet and safe overnight, and that is Bass Pro Shops. We usually get a really good night stay here. Sometimes it's not terribly quiet. This one happens to be right next to the highway, but it's safe, it's empty. There's only one other rig behind us, and it's free. Of course, we asked the manager if we could stay here, and we did. So it's comfortable, and it's always a good place. We're thankful that they let us stay here. All right, we're in downtown St. Louis. Gonna go check out the Arch, the Gateway Arch Park. This is the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. One of how many, Valerie?
No idea.
I think there's 8 altogether. I'm not sure. We'll look it up. I really had no idea how huge this thing was. All right, we got to find the movie theater now. Wow, this arch is something else, much more than I had anticipated.
I know, it really is. I wasn't expecting it. We watched the movie on how they made it, and quite phenomenal.
I had no idea what it took to build this. I didn't know that it was completed in 1965 either. But now we're gonna go and touch it. Why not? Getting on the tram. Long line. All right, Val, are you ready for this?
To the top. I don't know if anybody knows this, but I am scared of heights. I wasn't going to do this, but I'm taking one for the team.
Is that agoraphobia? Agoraphobia?
No, I don't know. Heights, I'm not sure. And I can handle natural heights like cliffs and mountains, but man-made heights like glass elevators, the arch, bridges.
I'll tell you what, those guys that built this thing, they did not have any fear of heights.
No, they didn't wear any anchors. They weren't strapped in.
Yeah, they just dangled on the side of it.
Amazing.
Minutes down, you get about 8.5 minutes up top. Once you are up top, it's 16 windows on each side. If you look out to the east, you can see the Mississippi River, the state of Illinois. If you look out to the west, you can see St. Louis and downtown St. Louis.
Watch the head.
We came to the old courthouse, which sits directly across from the arch here in St. Louis.
And it's part of the national park.
And this was built, it's quite a stunning building. It was built in the 1840s.
Yeah,
and
1849.
it has historical significance because this is where the Scotts, Dred and Harriet Scott, brought their case to court in 1847.
Yeah. Local, 11 years.
11-year court battle for their freedom.
Which ultimately ended up in the Supreme Court. And the decision went against the Scots. They did not gain their freedom.
And something else I learned here today. This bar here in the courthouse, that's why they name it the bar for lawyers. You pass the bar. If you were not a lawyer, you couldn't go beyond this bar. So after you pass your exams, you could pass the bar or cross the bar.
Otherwise, you were sitting over there.
Smells
Time for some delicious barbecue.
Smells delicious.
Smells really good even out here on the street.
So fly, can't buy, I'll buy. You can tell by the shoes and down south blues. A smooth cat like me got nothing to lose, cause I'm an outlaw. Hey, listen, this town ain't big enough for the two of us, man. Come on. Now if they want that heat, just come through and eat. I got a hot and ready place to knock you off your feet, just like a southpaw.
Okay, this is some of the best looking barbecue we've had.
Well, we're in St. Louis, so we had to get St. Louis barbecue. And I don't think I've ever seen meat as a garnish here.
Yeah. Brisket soup.
Yummy.
I've got ribs and brisket. Valerie, what did you get?
It's It's something with the jalapeno sausage and brisket, and it just looks delicious.
Yeah, I think they call that the Muddy Mississippi.
Yeah.
And what are all of these sauces that we have?
I don't know. We got white barbecue, honey badger, Texas hot, coffee barbecue. Looks delicious. Let's dig in.
All right, let's see how this goes.
I've got sausage and brisket all on the same sandwich. Wow, it's delicious.
The brisket is really tender and sweet with a nice crust on the outside. All right, we're kind of in heaven right now. The ribs are cooked to perfection. This is brisket soup right here. And these are cheesy hash browns. Just fabulous. Okay, there is absolutely nothing left.
Nothing left. Absolutely nothing left. It was delicious.
It was like a firestorm that just went through here. Really, probably the best barbecue we've had. Save out.
Yeah, very good.
We're in a forest outside of St. Louis.
Yeah, we're coming to a park called Lone Elk Park, and I think there's a story behind that, why it's called Lone Elk. I don't really know it offhand.
He's by himself.
We landed in St. Louis at a Boondockers Welcome, but on the other side of the Mississippi. So we're actually staying in Illinois, but
that's
right across from St. Louis. So we decided to go bowling.
Yay, that was fun.
Resupply at Costco. But today we found Lone Elk Park, and supposedly
turn left to stay on Lone Elk Park Road.
We might have missed it. I guess we need to pay attention. You know what? We'll be right back with you. Let's find where we're supposed to go.
Turn right onto.
We did make it to a parking area safe and sound. Unfortunately, the visitor center is closed. So I don't really know the story of why it's called, I could look it up online, why it's called Lone Elk Park. But there are trails, there's lots of signs that say don't approach the wildlife. So apparently there's elk and bison herds here.
Maybe we had to come to St. Louis to see wildlife.
Wouldn't that be funny if we actually, yeah, that would be funny. Anyway, here we go. We're just going to take a walk around.
We'll check it out. Wow, this is a lovely area just outside of St. Louis. There must be 20 right there, and little tiny babies.
Yes,
Look at that little baby.
It's in the shadows. You can't really see it on the camera, unfortunately. We ended up having to
No, I think they can see it pretty good.
The baby there.
Oh no! It's
Yeah,
there's
his little head. Yeah, we ended up having to drive through because we couldn't walk. Number one, it's just too steep and hot, and they really encourage you to drive, so they don't want you to approach the elk or the wildlife in any way. So pretty cool.
There goes baby over there.
Oh, there goes baby.
No, we don't have, Valerie, that's the most adorable thing. Hello? No, we don't have food for you. They got hip to us real quick.
That was a wonderful way to spend an hour or so.
Yeah, it was like an animal safari, but free.
Yeah, it's a county park, and we got to see elk and deer and raccoons,
Bandits.
bison, and turkeys.
Yeah.
And fun. We got to drive the whole way, but now since we got absolutely zero exercise, we are going to yeah, we're gonna go find a walk at a sculpture garden.
Cool.
Yeah, here we go.
This is a sculpture I might be able to make right here. This one is called Scale, and here is our representation.
This is pretty cool, but I think I like the live version better that we just saw at the wildlife park, yeah? Did you ever play the game Twister when you were a kid? That's what this reminds me of.
This is either some kind of poodle or a bunch of atoms.
Most of the artwork you're not allowed to touch, but we are in the interactive section. So here we go, Wayne. Are you driving?
Yes.
Oh my. I was gonna say hats off to you, Wayne, but then I read the title of this art piece, and you know what it is? Donut. Do you see donut anywhere in there?
I see donuts in everything. This sculpture makes me hungry. I think some of this art might be lost on us.
Yeah, we're not, or I cannot appreciate the geometric art. I do like quirky, artistic art of things, but just geometrically, it's lost.
Yeah.
It's lost on us. Although it was a very pretty walk, and I do appreciate the artistic ability, but
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
Give us Rembrandt. Van Gogh.
Anyway, we're hot and thirsty. I think it's time to get back to our rig, yeah?
Let's go.
We had a great stay at this Boondockers Welcome in the St. Louis area. We're actually in Illinois, across the Mississippi, just about 10 miles from St. Louis. Very nice day. It allowed us to have a nice quiet stay, and only 10 or 12 miles from the arch and all the things in the city that St. Louis had to offer. We're right here against, just backed up right here to the soybean fields. Gorgeous, gorgeous area. Generous hosts, of course, like always. But we are heading out. There's our rig. Very, very nice host. We had a little bit of a scramble this morning trying to get a video uploaded, and there was some mistake, and we're trying to be polite and get out of here on time. So a little bit of a scramble, but we made it work and we're heading out. That wraps it up for this video. We so appreciate you watching. And until next time, we'll catch you later. Thank you so much.